Hello, my lovely flowers. It's me, Nia, with Xquisite Floral Design and Events. I'm a floral designer who has been in the floral industry for over 15 years, and I just recently opened a floral business. My background is in education, and I'm here to bring you amazing videos on florist, floral designer, and weddings. So today we're going to speak about keeping an accounting role in your floral design business. So today I'm going to give you some information on what I do. I do have a bachelor's degree in business with the emphasis of accounting, but I am not your accountant. I am not your tax person. I am none of those. I'm letting you guys know what I do. And so I am not responsible for whatever goes on. What I do suggest that you do find a tax person that you do trust, or an accountant, or a, what's the other one called? Or someone that you can trust who can help you in the financial statements or all that good stuff. So this information I'm telling you is mine personally, and I'm just letting you guys know because I have received a few questions on what I do and what I use. So let's go back to the beginning. When I first started in the floral design business, I was, what could you say, lazy, because I was doing accounting for everybody else, and I was doing information. I had also owned another business, and so I was lax on my accounting, and it does take a lot of work. So what I ended up doing was I had spoke with a few tax preparers, and then I also spoke with a few other people, and then I came to the conclusion that I trust myself more to understand my books than I would do with anybody else. But I needed help because doing it manually was taking way too long. So what I ended up purchasing, or what I ended up getting, was QuickBook online. And what I liked about QuickBook was that it integrated with HoneyBook, which I was using to do my invoices and proposals, which I don't use anymore. And then I also was using, and also QuickBook also integrated with my business checking account. So that helped a lot. So what I ended up doing was I ended up setting up QuickBook. Really simple. It's $40 a month. I think it's a little bit higher now, but when I originally started, probably about 5 years ago, it was $40 a month, and all it does was it just collects all my information, and then at the end of the month I will go through and make sure that all the expenses went to the correct account. Now, I may be speaking in foreign language, but we know that there are expenses, which are everything that you expense within your business. There's revenue, that's all the money that comes in. And then, so there's two different parts of a financial statement. And so all I usually use is the income statement, which shows all the income, or all the revenue that I make, and all the expenses. That gives me a total balance of what I have made in the business. And like I said, all the information comes in from, well, it used to come in from HoneyBook when it came for expenses, but now it just comes from my bank account, and for my revenue and or my income, and that comes in from HoneyBook. Not HoneyBook, I'm sorry. That comes in from my bank account statements, and then I will classify them as in if it's and also my expenses are cost of goods sold. So anything that comes in as a Zelle payment or a credit card payment, that will be as income. And then all the costs of goods sold or then those costs would be my flowers, the vases, and anything like that. And that will give me my income. And then after that, all my expenses, which currently are, what are they? There are bank expenses, employee expenses, my rental expenses, vehicle expenses, and so forth. And that comes out to my, expenses, which the bottom line would be what I have made for the business. Now, after that, I do my own taxes because it is easy for me, and I am a LLC. So with an LLC corporation, it is, or limited liability corporation, I use a tax 1120 or 1120. It's very simple for me because, like I said, my undergrad is in business, and with the emphasis on accounting. And so I know how to do my taxes, and all I do is at the end of the year, very simple. It's almost like the income statement, but I suggest that you do use a tax person to do this, or I also use Tax Act if I am too lazy just to do it. I'm not very sure how much Tax Act costs to file my taxes. But I do use it for my personal because sometimes I just be too lazy to do the longhand. But I do the longhand for that, and then I just file my taxes. Very simple. So what I do suggest that you do use would be QuickBooks, because that is what I do use. If I do have a code at the bottom for you to get a discount, I'm gonna see if I can, but that is definitely what I use in order to run my business and keep an account of what I am making. Now, that is the account, that is one portion of the accounting that I do. Now I also do forecasting. So from that, I know that how much I anticipated on making, and so I forecast that my next, because I've been in business for 5 years, I kind of know how the seasons go, and I know that this time of year is very slow. So I forecast on what expenses that I should anticipate and what I should to make, and what income that I will have. So I basically just do what you probably do for your own personal expenses. You kind of know because you don't know exactly what you're going to make, you try to forecast on past experiences on how much you anticipate on making, how much you anticipate on spending, and try to stay within that amount of spending. And so like this year, I anticipated making double what I made last year, which is kind of slow right now. So I don't know if it's going to pick up like it did last year, but to the all honest truth, I'm doing less events, but at a higher scale, which is kind of good for myself because I'm tired, y'all. So so what I do is I say, okay, this first quarter, which would be from January to March, I kind of figure that I know the first 2 months are kind of slow, and then March will pick up because it starts into the first part of wedding season for me, which is spring wedding season. So I kind of know how much I should anticipate bringing if I want to make my goal for the year, and that's when I focus on my sales, what expenses that I go. Do I need to cut back on some stuff? Do I need to remove some things in order to make sure that I am profitable? And then also I anticipate on some new, back in December, I knew what new businesses I wanted, or new adventures I wanted to add on to this business. And this is when I'm starting to take place on trying to figure out how to actually maneuver them. So I hope I'm not confusing. I may end up putting in a account statement or a balance sheet so that you can, not a balance sheet, an income statement, so that you can see like how everything goes. And then I'll also show you a 1120 so that you kind of see how from that statement you're able to put it into the 1120. But like I said, I'm not the one I'm just giving, this is what I do. You have to take it into your consideration on what's best for you, not myself. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it kind of helped you a little bit. I hope I did make things clear, because sometimes it's not all clear up here. I know how to do it, but explaining, sometimes it eludes me, or it evades me rather. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm always trying to bring out videos for you guys to help you through your travels, through this beautiful adventure of being a floral designer or even a florist. And I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. By the end of the year, I would love to have 10,000 subscribers. So that is my goal right now, the road to 10,000 subscribers. So you guys, thank you for watching. I will see you later. Bye.